Okay, I'd like to welcome Brett Parbery. A quick interview, Brett, that probably we could spend all day interviewing with what you've been doing in the last few months. But going back a little bit, your experience at the Olympics and coaching the team at the Olympics, the eventing team, must have been a fabulous experience.
Yeah, it really was, Rog. It was to be involved with the eventing team, full stop. I just love it because they're a very focused group of people, and they're well practiced in success. And whilst we didn't perform to the way we would have liked to have, they're already on the front foot, changing things and manipulating things. So just great to be around that mindset. I mean, I draw a lot from people like that, so it's really enjoyable.
From what I saw, we're certainly along the right way in the dressage phase of the eventing. We were certainly right up there. In fact, we were like knocking on the door. So, that's some of the hardest things. We've got that crack by the look of it, yes?
Yeah, look, I mean, over 5 scores we were winning, and on the television it shows over 3, but we had 5 riders closest to the first place. So, look, I think it's safe to say that we have become the best dressage riding eventing nation in the world, but now we have to, and that's where the focus has gone, funnily enough, and we've succeeded in that. So now we have to look at the other phases and look at the horsepower and what horsepower is within the ranks, and this is the responsibility of Prue Barrett and the team of people that Prue has around her. And I mean, I couldn't think of better people to have on the job, to be honest. So no, it's good. I mean, I sat through the Olympic review, and I must say there's some big things coming up for the sport of eventing.
Yeah, it sounds like it's really on the move, and there's a lot of discussion and debate. And I think sometimes if you're going to have an outcome, if you can make something better, you've got to have a bit of a mess before it sort of sorts itself out. And to have a bit of a mess and then start cleaning it all up, I think is a positive thing in a funny sort of way.
Yeah, look, I think it's no secret that we're taking some time to adapt to the new format. We were very successful in the old format, and we're taking some time to adapt to the new format of 3-day eventing. So yeah, like I said, the brains trust in that group of people that are now working together is as good as you'll get anywhere in the world, and I think going forward, it should be a different result going forward. I know, we look at these things every 2 years, whether it's dressage or eventing or whatever. Every 2 years you've got a World Championships or an Olympics. I think the focus from the Sports Commission and those sorts of organisations are about Olympics. So I'd say to people, don't get too worried if there's a little bit of, let's say, trial and error at the World Championships, because the focus is 100% on a 4-year cycle from London to Rio. So, and that, in dressage, again, we also have to have that focus, because really the Australian public want to see medals. They don't want to read the newspaper that someone did well at a World Championships. They want to see medals.
Yeah, it is all about winning medals. Olympic, every other country, they use the World Equestrian Games and all those other international competitions as a precursor to their Olympic bid. And now that you've come back, I see that you were very keen on eventing, and I know that we were having a chat and you were looking forward to doing a bit of cross-country work and some show jumping, and you're going to take a turn. And then since then there's been another huge opportunity open up to you.
Yeah, look, I've just picked up the ride it's on a 3-month trial, because I picked up the ride on the horses owned by the Malawa stud, the Farrell family, and a wonderfully supportive family, and have invested heavily in Australian dressage. So I've just sort of started working with them. We're going to work on a 3-month trial to see, just to feel it out, where none of us are committed. They've got wonderful horses, and certainly horses that I'm extremely excited about.
Can you tell us the horses that you're going to be working with?
Yeah, so actually I'm just about to leave to go out and ride them now. Luxor, that was ridden by Daniela Dirks, and I must say Daniela did a fantastic job on these horses. I mean, there's no question that she's a great rider, and I'm following into big shoes there. So Luxor, which was the New South Wales Grand Prix champion. Abahallo, which is a very exciting stallion. I don't know actually the results of him, but I know a lot of people who would have seen him at Equitana last year would have been excited by him, and I'm also excited. And they've just imported a new mare called First Friendship, and she is very, very exciting. And yeah, so I'm going to jump in the car now and finish up here at the Australian Championships and go out and ride them.
Yeah, and you've had a great success here. Weltmeyer's has been terrific. You're lying third at the moment in the Prix St George. Do you think you'll stay there?
I hope so. Looking at the list, it's a strong class, but look, he's exactly what he is. You know, he's a very straightforward horse. He's very, very uncomplicated to ride. And amongst the field that we have here, I mean, this is the strongest small tourers I've ever seen in Australia. And whilst the scores aren't reflecting it, I think that the actual quality of the riding and the horses at this championships has been outstanding. I've often walked away from the championships thinking, oh, I really wish we could get better at this, like as a country. But I must say, this time round, I am really excited.
Yeah, when you look at the scores, they're so close. And it was just, had you not come out the canopy at the first one a little bit over-rotated, you'd probably be winning. Yeah. That's how close it is.
That's true, exactly. And, you know, my walk wasn't great today. Yeah. And but you're right, you know, one little mistake in footfalls and you're all of a sudden you're third place, not just second, but third.
Exactly. Like, it's so close, it's amazing. And a lot of very good riders, and I've watched all the tests, and beautifully prepared for every movement, you especially. I mean, but with your experience and coming through the ranks relatively quickly compared to some of the others, with Victory Salute and that fantastic opportunity you had at the World Equestrian Games, it was just brilliant. You must feel... Does it feel easy out there for you now at Small Tour?
Yeah, look, it definitely... I know the lines really well, and I know where I can push and wait, and I've really got the test riding under control. You know, it's never easy, but it's... I definitely feel comfortable in the competition arena, and comfortable... Yeah, I guess just seeing things happening before it happens. And I mean, now I've been going now 14 years riding dressage, and I think in the last probably 5 years, I suppose, through Victory Salute, just got the most wonderful opportunity to learn from the best people in the world, and really feel like now I have all the information I need in my career, and just need little snippets of information from different people to help me on a per horse basis, rather than I'm really comfortable in my system and the way I ride and the way I train. But just you never can be, you know, you never can get too much good advice as far as try this, try that, I've tried this, you know, that's all the things I'll be doing.
I guess the other thing is, you know, you've got to have good horses underneath you, and encouraging owners into the sport, and new owners, and encouraging the sport as a whole to become more transparent, trying to get people from the outside in to view the sport and to come along and participate and have a good time. Do you have any ideas, or are there any ideas with EA coming up that might be of interest towards how to encourage the sport of dressage amongst everybody else?
Yeah, look, I've been thinking long and hard about how we showcase equestrian to Australian public, because I mean, showcasing equestrian to the Australian public is far different to showcasing equestrian to the European public, given the fact that there's a cultural difference. And I really think that combined events, you know, with show jumping and eventing and dressage in the one format, you know, or out of industry events such as, like you were saying, we're talking earlier, you know, rock concert, I don't know, but
art, jazz, jewelry,
something that brings the people, like a festival. Yeah. You know, the Australian Championships would always be the Australian Championships. You couldn't change the format of running these sorts of shows, but do we look further? Do we look down the list and say down the line and say, well, let's have one event or two events a year where we showcase all three Olympic disciplines on one weekend together in a team format. You know, like I said to you last night about the Grand Prix dressage rider rides the dressage phase, the eventer rides the cross country phase, and the top show jumper rides the jumping phase of a team sport. all those things. I think there's no doubt that V8 supercars and polo and these sports have all realised that they have to take their sport to the people.
Yeah.
We can't sit back in our purpose-built venues and expect people to come. We have to take it to the people, but I think we need to go with a really slick machine and a slick format.
Do you think that EA is going to take that on board, and do you think it's starting? I know they've had a lot of ups and downs in the last couple of years. Do you think that they're going to start to look at the sport a little bit more now since the Olympics are over and they've got a 4-year cycle to come on? Do you think they're going to pay a little more attention towards that?
Yeah, I think they will. And not only, look, they do a great job. They've got so many leaks in the boat. They're kind of trying to plug them up and go forward. I think that the Sports Commission, definitely from the meeting that I sat in on, the Sports Commission are going from a grants-based organisation to an investment-based organisation, and they want to see for their investment growth in both high performance, grassroots, and in the industry as a whole. So health of the industry, and that is showcase events, quality of ownership and public perception. I mean, that's what the industry is, isn't it? So they have to be gauging the whole time the quality of public perception, and I think if we can showcase it in a different format, like a format which makes it exciting.
Yeah.
Because look, let's face it, dressage is not exciting.
I think it's exciting.
Freestyle is. And freestyles are great, I love them, but overall dressage is not that exciting. But you combine it with some of the exciting parts of equestrian.
I think you're exactly right. I think the biggest thing is that we can't sit back here and expect the public to come to us. We've got to take our sport to the public, and we've got to take it in a big way with a big bang. And I think now with the lots of things that are changing, and now's the time to really do something and be proactive about it. And I know I've been listening in conversations that been having with lots of new members from the board and so on and so forth. And I think it is a really, as much as it's been a difficult time, it's going to be a really exciting time in the next few months. Do you think so?
I just hope we do see some change. Like, it's all good to come up with the ideas, and I've, like I said, sat through the meetings and all the issues have been raised. It takes someone who's pretty gutsy to stick their neck on the line and say, I will make the change.
You're going to do that?
Well, I might. I wouldn't mind one day.
Yeah, good on you.
I wouldn't mind taking the fall for it, I mean, someone has to do
something. I'll help you. I'll push you along.
Someone has to do something, and not saying that the people who are doing it now aren't doing anything. They're doing a great job, but maybe somewhere down the line, someone just has to go, I'll take the fall, I'll make the change.
Yeah, I think it's closer to happening. I think there's a lot of interest there's lots of opportunities open, lots of people to do things now. And I think, as you see with the scores and the percentage and the way that the sport is really progressing in Australia, and dressage has just come ahead in leaps and bounds. It's been amazing. And do you ever get to see your son and your wife?
Oh, occasionally.
She was here competing, did you know?
Yeah, I did. I groomed her. Actually, I started as coach and I finished up on the video camera. But it was great to see Mel here and have Jake here with us and be a family at the dressage.
It's great. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, and thanks, Brett, for your time. I know that it's rare when we get to drag you here in front of the microphone and find out your thoughts, but thank you very much indeed. Good luck with your new rides. That sounds really exciting, and we look forward to seeing your neck on the line in the future.
Thank you, Raj.
Good on you, Brett.
Cheers.
Thanks.